you deal with
Yeah.
any family or family member who's
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
this, either with
So,
words or
so
with
there is,
action?
yeah, thank you. So, Parul, thank you for asking that question. And, I love it when people ask questions. There are two parts to this, right? One is the internal work and one is the external. Now, on the external, remember, apply this rule. Don't take it personally, right? When somebody is constantly undervaluing you or making you feel unworthy, it's a reflection of how they feel within themselves. And they try to make you feel undervalued so they can feel better about themselves. So, firstly, when someone treats you badly, it's a reflection of their internal world, not so much you. But as I said, that's the external. So, whenever somebody's treating me like that, I always remind myself, Janki, this has got nothing to do with you. This is about them. Don't take it personally. Just breathe, move away, right?
Right.
But that's one part. Now, the internal part is you really have to check within yourself if this person is constantly making you feel unworthy. Why? That's a reflection of you as well. So why are you thinking I am unworthy? Now this, let me tell you, because of all the years of experience I have working with clients, it's usually because we've grown up around critical parents. And again, I love my parents. Our parents are victims of their parents, who are victims of their parents, who are victims of their parents. So it's kind of a generational thing that passes through, where we've all learned to be very, very critical in their need to make us more perfect. I think that when they're being critical, they're trying to protect us, but they keep correcting us so much that all we then get used to hearing in our heads is all the corrections, reminding us of all the flaws. So if all I've done is being reminded of my flaws every day, obviously my self-worth is, like a postage stamp size. So
Right.
all you need to do is start constantly focusing on what's right about me. Now, here's a 5-second tool you can use, right? What's right about me? Every morning, get up and write 3 things that are right about you. Now, when I say right, we're always asking the question, right? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why can't I get this right? Why can't I get that right? Now, here's the universal rule: ask and you shall receive. So if you ask what's wrong with me, you will get 10 people who will tell you exactly what's wrong with you. But if you ask, hey, what's right about me, universe, show me, you will find 10 people who will come and say, hey, you know what? You're looking beautiful. Hey, I love how you do this. Hey, you do this really well. Oh, I love what you're wearing. They'll come and tell you things that are right about you. So if you want to start working on your self-worth, one of the ways is to, as I say always, the truth will set you free. Start seeing your own truth apart from. So one of the exercises I do with my clients is recognize the critical voice. Who does it belong to? Does it belong to your mother? Does it belong to your father, a teacher, an aunt, a grandmother? And when you recognize the voice, say, cool, this is not my voice. This is not, I was not, let's say, lazy. I was told I'm lazy and I was made to realize that being lazy is wrong. Cool, I'm leaving that conditioning behind and focusing on what's right about being lazy. And again, here, this is a personal story. I was always pulled up for being super, super lazy. But in my world, I was like, why would I do Gadha Majuri when there is a simpler way? But they were like, no, without hard work, you can't get anywhere and life is difficult. You have to put it. And it was always a conflict because I wanted to find a simple solution. They always said put in hard work. And that conflicting voice in my head was always so annoying. And then slowly, when I grew up, and not so long ago, just 5 years ago in my mid 30s, I actually sat down and said, wait, what's the gift of being lazy? What's right about me being lazy? And when I did the inner work, I realized, you know what? Because I'm so lazy, I look at 5-second tools that are very easy to use. I'm not saying, meditate for 1 hour or do journaling for 30 minutes or do this. All that is great if you like it. But if you're someone like me who wants to put in this much effort and get this much result, I'm like, I want to find things that work in 5 seconds, right? Which is why I'm constantly, and then I could turn my laziness into my biggest strength, which was my biggest weakness, because I was willing to go beyond the judgments and really see what's right about me. So if you're feeling unworthy, and there are things about us we can't change, it's like our stripes, right? Our flaws are like our stripes and spots. A tiger, a zebra, or a cheetah can't change them. So if you had to just say, cool, this is what I am, I'm not a morning person, or I am lazy, or I don't know how to do, see numbers, like I'm very bad at numbers, but I'm good with people. So let me focus on what can I do with people instead of trying to get better at numbers. So I always say, function from your strengths, maximize your strengths, stop trying to fix your weaknesses. If God wanted you to be a number person, he would have made you good at numbers, but he's not. Focus on what you are. That's why I say, see your truth. The truth will set you free. If you learn to accept your truth, you will always be free. If you're trying to hide your truth, cover your truth, think it's embarrassing, oh my God, it's shameful, how can I do this? You will always be putting in so much energy to, wear your masks and put up barriers so nobody will find you. And then you're always living in fear.
Right.
But, strip, go naked, like, hey, I'm bad at numbers, I suck at it. Now
Right.
what? Aage badho. Then people cannot hold you and pull you down for it or make you feel unworthy for it, because you're willing to see your own worth. And of course, I mean, if it's very serious, I do recommend, one-to-one sessions where you very gently and slowly start building the capacity. It's actually a muscle, like, it's a muscle you build, seeing your own worth, being kind to yourself, talking lovingly to yourself, negating the inner critic and becoming a nurturing parent in your own head. These are things that come with practice. So it's not overnight, but yes, these are some of the things you can start with.